Hi, we're the Bryant family serving in Papua New Guinea. My name is Kelly. This is my wife Sarah, and this is Jemima, who is now 3 years old, and Sawyer, who is 1. Just want to take a few minutes to share with you guys some things that have happened with us over the last year. So, as part of our preparation for moving to Papua New Guinea and serving in Papua New Guinea, it was recommended that I pursue ordination, and so last November is when that happened. I sat before an ordination council and then was ordained as a minister of the gospel. And then in December, at long last, our work permits were approved. And then in January, we received our visas. And then January 25th, we got on a plane and moved all the way across the world to Papua New Guinea. And so when we arrived here in Papua New Guinea, we began the Pacific Orientation course. And Sarah's going to share some about that.
So the Pacific Orientation course taught us a lot of different things. Language, we started to learn the trade language here, which is Melanesian Pidgin, or Talkeetsan as it's called in the language. We learned a lot about the culture and history of Papua New Guinea, and we did different physical fitness training. Papua New Guinea is a very rugged country, and for a lot of people living outside of town, to get to their home, to get to their garden, they have to walk. They have to hike through rugged mountain trails. So that's an important skill to have for Papua New Guinea. We really enjoy hiking, and we enjoyed it in the program, but it's a bit different here, especially during the rainy season. There was a lot of slipping and sliding in the mud and climbing over fallen trees, but we still really enjoyed it. We did an overnight hike to visit a village, and that was a good experience for us. A little challenging as we had to bring Sawyer along. As he's not weaned yet, but we're glad that we did it. And we also were swimming in the ocean. A lot of people will be stationed on the coast or on the islands, and so it's important to know how to swim when you're living that close to the water or taking boats. So we were working up to swimming a mile in the ocean. That was one of my favorite parts of the course, is the swimming. The final part of the course was village living, so we went out to a remote village. Each family or single students were put in different villages so that we would be totally immersed in the culture and just experiencing life for people living in Papua New Guinea. So most people in rural Papua New Guinea, they do not have electricity or running water, and they live in houses built out of bush material and live off of the land by gardening. It was a good experience for us. We learned a lot of the language. It was challenging, especially with the kids, mostly because of the kids, so we didn't sleep very well. And but we're very glad that we had that experience. And yes, that was the last part of the POC course.
So after the POC course was finished, we went up to Goroka, which is where our home is. And for the next 6 weeks, we spent our time transitioning ministries and all the practical things for running the mission station that we are living on, from the Sanders, the family who was living there before, to us. So just learning how things work and what ministries have been going on, and just transitioning accounts and all that sort of thing over to us instead of them. So we finished those transitions, and then really didn't want to be alone on the station there, the only missionaries there. And so we decided to come down to the Pacific Orientation course again and serve on staff. So that we came down here in June to the Pacific Orientation course again, and I began serving as the outdoor coordinator and village allocator. So helping out with all the hiking programs, all the outdoor programs, and then also preparing all the villages for the month-long village living. So each family, as we did, has a WAS family in a village that looks out for them for a whole month. So that was great for me to be able to spend time in those villages and continue to learn language and culture. And Sarah was able to help out with the children's program as well.
Yeah, so I was an assistant to the teacher for the school-age children. I really enjoyed that. The children are learning a lot of the same things the adults are. They are learning Talkeetsan and about the culture. They made scrapbooks to remember their time here and about the things they're learning here. We did some field trips, saw some World War II planes and tanks, and yeah, I really enjoyed helping with that program, and I'm looking forward to when the kids come back from village living and hearing their stories about village living.
Yeah, so we had teammates in this course from To Every Tribe who are going to be joining us up in Goroka. Unfortunately, they had some medical concerns that caused them to go back to the States for a time. So you can be praying for us right now. We're not sure what the next 6 to 8 months is going to hold, and whether we should be up in Goroka again or back down here serving on staff again at the Pacific Orientation course. So you can just be in prayer for that for us.
Yeah, and you can also be praying for the Buellers as they are back in the States, just for them to get healthy again and be able to come back here to us. You can be praying for our family, for Kelly and I to have wisdom and patience in parenting our children, and for our marriage, that we would really just learn to work well together, and that we would
Yeah, I think just that our marriage would be strengthened and that we'd be drawn closer together and closer to God.
And some praises. Sawyer finally started sleeping through the night, which has been such a blessing. It was pretty much miraculous. He was waking up 5 times a night, barely sleeping at all. And then right before his first birthday, he started sleeping through the night, and he's been sleeping through the night most nights ever since. So we're really grateful for that. So thank you for praying for him, and please continue to pray for him.
Yeah, so we just want to say thanks to all you guys for all your support. We couldn't do it without you, and we appreciate you guys so much. And thanks for giving us the opportunity to be here and to be helping to get the gospel to the unreached in PNG. Thank you.